The governor, Mike Sonko, now says the resignation of Speaker Beatrice Elachi could breathe life into the operations of the county government, blaming her for tarnishing the image of his administration in his service to the city. But as Elachi vacates the turbulent city politics, speculation is rife on what could have led to her sudden departure, despite fighting for her space for the past 3 years. And she has been at the helm, having been at the helm rather. Now, some of the instances having actually gotten quite chaotic. Sam Gituku now reports on a troubled county where a reprieve from the disorganization plus competing interests seems unlikely with just 2 years to the next election.
In her element, a cool and collected speaker approached the press conference table in an office that has recently been the center of chaotic scenes of city MCAs departing from their core mandate of making laws to taking the law in their hands. But this was not to be a chest-thumping session, but one to throw in the towel.
I want to humbly tender my resignation to His Excellency the President.
Just 2 weeks ago, the Speaker was fighting for her tenure when a section of MCAs stormed her office, begging for her removal. The quick turn of events raising eyebrows.
When mtu hawezi resign? I mean, surely, you know, I come from a very different old book maybe. I mean, there's time for everything.
But with a rider.
Once again, sir, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity you gave me to serve Nairobians. And I hope to continue serving in your administration in any other capacity in future.
Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko, almost in a celebratory mood, watching his now administrative nemesis take a bow, appearing to have been provoked by Elachi's exit lecture.
Believe me, hakuna shida kwa MCS. Shida zilikuwa zinakuwa created. Na insider mkubwa alikuwa Beatrice Elachi akitumiwa na watu kwa ofisi ya rais.
I think I was the biggest stumble on him. But I want to pray for my governor this morning. Governor, focus on God. Focus on God. Stop threatening people's lives, children.
Elachi's 3-year stint at the City Hall coming to an abrupt end, illustrated by turbulence since her election to city speakership in September 2017. Jubilee Party had just won the Nairobi governorship and a majority in the House, Elachi having lost the Dagoretti North parliamentary seat, handpicked for the job. A year later, tussle with MCAs had reached intolerable levels as they removed her from office. She challenged the ouster, and in May 2019, she was reinstated by the Employment and Labour Relations Court. She never returned to the Assembly until October 2019, by which time Governor Mike Sonko had fallen out with then Majority Leader Abdi Goyo, who had engineered Elachi's ouster. Elachi's return appearing to have been championed by the governor, both of whom then had a common enemy. But that was not to last. In April 2020, the Jubilee Party, through Secretary General Raphael Tuju, reinstated Goyo as majority leader. By this time, Goyo had made up with Sonko after a near impeachment process when he was barred from accessing his office in 2019, following a graft case he is facing. In June 2020, Tuju wrote to the Assembly insisting the decision to reinstate Goyo was final, threatening to discipline the Speaker should she defy. But Elachi was adamant, claiming Tuju's instructions and execution were inconsistent with the Assembly's standing orders. Frustrated by her adamancy, a section of MCAs ganged up for a repeat ouster on July 27th. Police officers were in hand to call the attempt in what became police brutality. Since that day, City Hall has remained under heavy police surveillance, most of the MCAs unable to access the premises, with the House on recess till the 8th of next month. Her reason for departure being,
for the last few days, we have seen lots of conflict and even life-threatening incidents.
And now, 8 MCAs allied to Elachi have been summoned by the Jubilee Party over disciplinary questions. They include the now acting Speaker and Rai MCA John Kamango, nominated MCAs John Degwa, Margaret Mbote, Susan Makungu, Millicent Mugambi, Jace Kamau, Dandora's Charles Thuo, who also serves the majority leader despite Jubilee Party replacement, and Jeremiah Karani of Kayole Central. The summon letter reads, quote, "You have been accused of various infractions in your conduct as Jubilee MCA that contravened standards of discipline as per party constitution and acting contrary to the pledge you made and signed for in 2017. End of quote. The disciplinary committee will hear them on Thursday, then determine whether to prefer formal charges against them or otherwise. Party Secretary General Raphael Tuju says he has been out of Nairobi and hopes to be briefed on the latest happenings in Nairobi later in the week. Gituku, Citizen TV, Nairobi.